All right, what's going on, you guys? Brian here with a quick recap of what went down on tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. So let's just get right into it. Of course, it has been a newsworthy day for AEW, not only with the announcement that Paul White, formerly known as Big Show in WWE, has signed with AEW, and apparently we will hear from Paul White next week on Dynamite. To address why he signed, probably why he signed with AEW, why he's coming in. And also, it was announced that starting March 15th on AEW's official YouTube channel, Paul White will be hosting a new show, AEW Dark Elevation, alongside Tony Schiavone. So those are two huge news stories for AEW. But on tonight's episode of Dynamite, we saw Jon Moxley, who has a huge match coming up at Revolution where he will challenge Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship in an exploding barbed wire death match. He was victorious on tonight's episode of Dynamite over Ryan Nemeth. We saw Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. They were victorious over the Varsity Blondes, but then would be attacked in Payback by Sting and Darby Allin, the TNT champion, obviously sending a message to Starks and Cage ahead of Revolution when they will be facing off in a street fight. We heard from Miro, Kip Sabian, and Penelope Ford, who would be challenged by Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy to a tag match at Revolution, and that match was made official. We also saw Jake Hager in action. He defeated Brandon Cutler. After the match, Hager and members of the Inner Circle were beating down Cutler until the Young Bucks, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, made the save. However, Chris Jericho and MJF, they had a bit of a surprise in store for the Young Bucks as they would attack the Young Bucks' father, throwing him, ramming him face first into one of the not product but the equipment trucks that had the Young Bucks pictures on it, to the point where the Young Bucks ran backstage to try to go after them, and that was pretty much it for that. So Jericho and MJF trying to make this personal between them and the Young Bucks, heading into the Young Bucks defending the tag team titles against Jericho and MJF at Revolution on March 7th. We also saw Hangman Adam Page defeat Isaiah Cassidy in one-on-one competition. Of course, Hangman has a huge match for himself at Revolution as he takes on Matt Hardy, where the winner will win the loser's first quarter of 2021 wages. So that is a huge match signed for Revolution. After this matchup, Matt Hardy, who had been ejected from ringside after attacking Hangman during the match, he would come back out and reveal that he had attacked Dark Order member 5, and he would send him off the stage through a table. And because of that, a match was made for next week, a 10-man tag, Dark Order versus Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2 of Angelico and Jack Evans for next week. Also next week, we will see FTR and Tully Blanchard team up to take on Jurassic Express. Of course, the big match happening next week is going to be that mixed tag involving NBA star, former NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal as he teams. I don't know why I cannot talk. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize. I just watched the ending of NXT after I watched Dynamite. I switched over, and they had the whole situation with Adam Cole explaining why he turned on Kyle O'Reilly and it ended up with Cole super kicking or delivering a low blow to Roderick Strong, and then super kicking him, and also attacking Finn Balor. So, but of course, next week on Dynamite, Shaquille O'Neal will team up with Jade Cargill to take on Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. They did a whole video package on that. So that was pretty much it for that. We heard from AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, who was in a workshop with Don Callis, working on what Callis called the John Moxley Extermination Chamber ahead of the huge AEW World Title match at Revolution. We saw Nyla Rose advance in the semifinals as she defeated Britt Baker to win and advance to the finals. And now she awaits the winner of Thunder Rosa and Riho, who will be doing battle this Sunday on BleacherReport.com as part of a special for that particular on Sunday. That show will also feature the finals of the Japan side of the Women's Eliminator Tournament, where it will be Ryo Mizunami taking on Yuka Sakazaki. The winner of that one will face the winner next week on Dynamite of the U.S. side, and the winner of that one will go on to Revolution to challenge Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's World Championship. Of course, the finals on the U.S. side will take place this Monday on AEW's official YouTube channel. And, of course, the finals, as far as overall, will happen next Wednesday on Dynamite. So, that was pretty much it for that. Then in the main event, Lance Archer defeated Rey Fenix to advance to the Face of the Revolution ladder match happening at Revolution, where the winner will earn a shot at the TNT Championship. Already in the match is Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, Penta El Zero M, and now Lance Archer is the fourth individual to enter that matchup. Next week on Dynamite, we will see another qualifying match with Max Caster of the Acclaim taking on, I believe it was 10? Dark Order member 10, I believe it is. So that is a huge match for next week with huge implications. So with that being said, this has been my AEW Dynamite recap. Sorry guys if I was stumbling. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know why I'm stumbling over words and everything. So, pretty much this has been my AEW Dynamite recap for this week's episode. As always, I am Brian, and I will see you next time.